Good morning, you lovely people. How are we doing? I hope you're all doing well. If you haven't guessed already, I've come up to Cissbury Ring, which is just outside of Worthing in West Sussex. An absolute banging morning here. Made it just in time for sunrise, as we can see here. And let me just burn you around. As you can see as well, the conditions here are pretty special. Lots of fog and mist, and then hopefully everything's going to get a bit golden as that sun comes up a little bit higher in the sky. So today, trail run, as you can see. Originally we were going to go, let me just spin you around again. So we're going to go up this path, up around the hills up this way, and then out over past where you can see the sun rising now, which is the Stenning Bowl, and then make our way back over the fields to where I'm parked, which is just down the bottom of that hill, past that very famous Cissbury Hill tree, if you're from the area. So we're going to do that. I'm going to bring you with me. I'm going to chat a little bit today about what I want the channel to be and what I would like it to represent, and just a few other bits and pieces. So looking forward to doing that with you, and let's get started. So hopefully you can see on my face there's a bit of golden light now. The sun has come up over the hills, and it's just so nice to get a little bit of vitamin D and sunlight on your skin this early in the morning, especially after that. I know I've gone on about it on this channel a little bit, but us in the UK, we've had such a dreadful 4 or 5 months in terms of weather, that to get out this morning and have the mist around and have clear skies and see the sun, oh my god, it's so good. So good for mental health, that is for sure. So I think you may already see, but down here we've got great views out to the sea as well. So directly down here we've got Worthing, and then as we move around we've got up here Shoreham, and then Brighton, and then we're making our way up towards Eastbourne and the Seven Sisters. So you've got amazing views here, and if we were standing over the other side of Cissbury Ring, just on the behind me, then you'd be able to see down to Portsmouth and obviously Chichester area, and more often than not you can see all the way to the Isle of Wight as well. So it's an absolutely gorgeous place to come. The views are amazing, and it's brilliant for walks and getting that bit of fresh air. And sometimes, if you're lucky, you also see there's wild ponies roaming around up here. And they're pretty friendly, so you can get quite close. Obviously you need to respect the fact that they're wild, but you can get quite close to them, and it's just lovely to see. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the channel. Some of you may have already noticed, probably not that many of you because there's not that many subscribers yet, but some of you might notice that I've recently changed the name of the channel from the Running Photographer to Running on the Mind, and there is good reason for that. So I'm going to go into that today, tell you about why I've done that and what it means. But we need to move, so let's go. We're currently making our way up to Chanctonbury Ring. I wasn't going to come up here, but I've just got over to the top of the South Downs Way, and I've seen the view looking out over the Sussex Weald, and it's worth a little diversion just so I can show you guys what it looks like. Camping guy over there, and it's pretty special, so take a look at this. Wow, what an absolute privilege to have seen that. I've never ever seen the Weald across Sussex looking that beautiful on a almost summer but still spring morning with the fog over the Weald, with the sun hitting the top of the fog. It's just such a privilege, and I am so happy that I came out with the camera today, because if I was up here just running, I don't bring a phone with me for running anymore, so I would not have been able to have captured any of that and not been able to have shown anyone. But an absolute privilege, and this really just goes to show exactly why I get up so early. I mean, I got up this morning, as I said, 4 AM, absolutely excited to jump out of bed, and I've been rewarded with something that only me and one dude over there that's putting his tent away, that I guess is cycling the Downs Way, have seen, and not too many others. So hopefully the beauty of it's going to come across in this video. I'm absolutely in awe of what I've just been able to see and can still see, and hopefully you guys can see it on the camera too. So why the name change for the channel? Two different answers for that, one being very easy and straightforward, and the second not being so easy actually. But the running photographer didn't make sense because I'm not really doing any photography, and it's a bit of a misleading title for the channel. So I've taken the photography part out of the channel because there's not going to be an awful lot of photography on this one, at least. And for those of you who don't know, the channel actually started as a landscape photography channel, but I've moved away from that. It's not because I don't enjoy it, I still absolutely love doing it, it's just that I'm very focused on running. And that leads me to the second point, which is why I've changed it to Running on the Mind, because what I am really trying to do here is find a way to give back, find a way to contribute. And my journey through the challenges I've had over the last 3 years have led me to do a lot of self-reflection and learning techniques about the ways to cope with the stress and the challenges of life. And I'm not a professor or anything like that, but I've got a lot of real world examples that I can use, that I think people can perhaps use or even just think about if they're having any similar challenges. So I've talked a lot about already on the channel about my move away from alcohol and some of the challenges I had around imposter syndrome and other areas, and changing diets and stopping drinking, all that stuff. And it all comes down to mindset, right? And that's why the play on words of Running on the Mind is that we're going to use running as a mechanism to try and convey some thoughts, tips, mechanisms, not really sure what we should say in terms of words there, but to try and convey some helpful information that people might find useful. And what I'm hoping I can do over time on this channel is actually run with people that have had experiences in areas which also might be able to help. So if you're somebody that enjoys running and you've been through a challenge in life, and it absolutely doesn't have to be anything relating to what I've been through, could be anything, right? Mental health, it could be some challenges with maybe some health conditions, ADHD, I don't know, anything like that. But anything that you think might be helpful for people to learn from, I would absolutely love to hear from you, and arrange for us to go for a run together and for us just have a chat about your experience and some of the thoughts and tips and tricks that you've used in order to get over your challenges, or at least learn to deal with them. Because if I can create a community of people on this channel around helping people with their mindset, then it's a channel that's going to be worthwhile to at least some people. And going back to when I had my health scare 3 years ago and all of the changes that I've made since, I really strongly wanted to find a way to contribute, to give something back. And I feel like this could be it. So this is why I'm making the channel very specific to running and mindset, and hence the name Running on the Mind, and then in inverted commas set at the end. We're on the top of the Stelling Bowl now, and at the memorial, which I believe is for a farmer in the area that was laid, well, his ashes were laid to rest there, and was, I believe, one of his favourite spots on the Downs. And I must mention that my parents live very close to here, and come up here almost every day with the dog. So and they love it up here. It's they're both retired now, and spend their days walking with the dog, and they would kill me if I didn't mention the fact that they love coming up here on this video, since I'm so close. But I won't knock on the door because it's only about 6:45 in the morning. We're going to be running, let's just switch the camera around. We're going to run down the South Downs Way path, go on the road for a little while around here, and then we're going to make our way back through the fields. And you can see here, hopefully I'm pointing in the right place, is Cissbury Ring. And actually, if we were to zoom in really far, I think you'd actually be able to see my car from here as well. But I'm just taking a moment to absorb the views, because I've really been blessed this morning. And I have to be honest, I mean, all of the stresses and concerns for the week with work, and we've still got a bit of illness in the family as well, all of that stress has just melted away, and all because I've come out and got my good endorphins moving through running, and just taking time, hearing just nothing basically apart from birds and the quiet. It's just so good for you. And as I always do, I couldn't recommend it highly enough to get yourself out and experience, even if it's just once. Get up early, set the alarm, and come out and watch the day come to life. You most definitely won't regret it. Completely forgot to mention as well that it's day 51 of running every day. So I guess shows how normal it's become for me that I'm now forgetting to mention it on the channel. But feeling strong, but at the same time knees hurt a little bit over the last few days. And mentioned in my last video, I've been unwell at the start of the week, but I'm still going to probably get towards 30 miles of running for the week, and we've done a fair amount of hill work, which has been awesome. I'm going to stop here because there's some nice views. So I'm pretty pleased about that, because I really didn't think I was going to get anywhere near 30 miles when I had my sick bug at the start of the week. Just want to point over to the other direction to show you. That's where we're going to be running in a minute. I'm hoping you can see the cows in the field and some of the highlights from the sun that's hitting the downs. But what a spectacular morning. So privileged and honoured, oh, a bit close, that I've been here this morning. And to be honest, I can't wait to get home and start editing, just to see some of the video and photos that I've taken of, especially of that mist and fog over the Sussex Weald when we were up at Cissbury Ring. So I've probably got I guess a mile and a half left to go. We're currently sitting at an hour and 5 minutes of running, and we've done 6.7 miles, so I guess we're going to be up at about 8 miles by the time we get back, which is pretty good. And as I say, probably a short run tomorrow for Sunday, and we should get up to about 30 miles for the week, which is going to make me happy. But let's go, and I'll catch up with you again in a minute. Okay, we're back at the car park now, and we've done 8.8 miles. But any Garmin Connect badge hunter, like I am, will know at the start of every month you can go after your 15k monthly badge, and it's worth 4 points. So I can't stop at 8.8, so I'm going to go back up the track, come back down. Hopefully we'll be at 9.33 miles, which is 15k. So let's get that done. Okay, we're officially done. 9.4 miles, and I have to say that has been my favourite ever run that I've ever done. Amazing views, spectacular landscapes, ups and downs. I think probably about 700-ish foot of elevation. I'll obviously put my stats up here so you'll be able to see, but I think about 700 foot of elevation across the 9.4 miles, and I get the Garmin 15k badge for May, so that's always a bonus. But thank you so much if you've watched all of the video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've been able to absorb some of the amazing views that we've seen this morning. Hopefully it's conveyed why I just love getting up so early and getting out before the rest of the world. So thank you again. Hope you've enjoyed it, and if you are somebody that fancies coming on a run and talking about mindset and some of the challenges and things that you've faced in the past, and fancy giving some help and some pointers to other people that might be watching the channel, then I would absolutely love to hear from you. But for now, have a great rest of the weekend, and see you on the next run.